Okay, gonna start with the diagnostic on this. So I already pre-checked this before. Check for codes. It was P0330 and P0430. I think it is for the bank 2 catalytic converter efficiency below threshold. So, but check on this. He just bought this vehicle, and the smog inspection is being recently done. So it means they just did it before selling it, the vehicle, and it passes the inspection. However, look what is missing. Check engine light close to the oil. I believe that one should be close to the oil light on the upper part. However, we don't have any checking light coming on here. So when I checked for code last time, the vehicle had two codes, P0330 and P0430. Misfire on cylinder number 3 and catalytic converter number 2. So I was checking for the price on this catalytic converter, and it's almost $3,000 at the dealer. Is coming together with the two catalytic converter and intake manifold. However, gonna go through the next step. It's gonna be I will be showing some scan data when we're looking for those. I already fixed the misfire, replaced spark plug wires, coil boots, and the root of the cause. It was the valve cover gasket was leaking, large leak, and the oil went to all the ignition components. So I fixed all of that already, and I'm attacking today the P0430, which is catalytic converter, and we're gonna see the data here. Well, at the beginning I was not going to record a video on this Lexus IS300. However, it seems to be an interesting case on it, because the course I have a P0303. What's that? Oh, well, oh no, it was on the bank one. I remember it was like P0301 or 3. Yeah, it was 303. No, bank one. I remember, yeah, because bank 2 is a 456. So I have on P0303 cylinder 3 misfire and P0430 catalytic converter efficiency for bank 2. So this is a 6-cylinder inline, and it has bank 1 they call the first 3-cylinder, and bank 2 the other 3 cylinders on the rear. So I was analyzing. I said, well, the misfire could cause the the catalytic converter code, but that one was on the bank 1 and for the misfire, and on the bank 2 was for the low efficiency of the catalytic converter. So as we know, this vehicle they sold it because they were thinking catalytic converter problem. The catalytic converter is about $2,800. So I believe that's what happened here. They sold the vehicle, removed the checking light, did some tricks to pass the smog inspection, and sold the vehicle. It has a new auto sensor on the front, but what I didn't show here is the first time when I checked those coils and I checked some data, I saw the rear O2 sensor bank 2 stuck lean all the time. So I did some of sensor, I created a vacuum leak, it stayed lean, and I plug it back. I created a rich condition, and they responded pretty good, but that sensor was staying very low when driving too. So I said, oh, we may have here some sensor issue or exhaust leak. So I decided to check for exhaust leak because I had the 4 sensors on the scan data, and that's the only one was showing lean. So that means to me that there is a problem before that sensor, like an exhaust leak, or the sensor was kind of lazy and staying down. But first I needed to check for leaks. I will show the catalytic converter here, the price of the catalytic converter. Oh, this is what we need here, the catalytic converter here. We can see it's coming in the exhaust manifold. for bank 1 and bank 2 all together, pack the two here. So basically this is the exhaust manifold, so we'll go here for the part number. It's right here, manifold, exhaust manifold, catalytic converter, and this is the price here. So they got scared with this, because of the price, and they decided to cheat there, and they sold the vehicle, remove the check engine light so nobody can see it, pass the smoke, play some game there to pass it, and and now sell the vehicle. It's a pretty expensive car, you see list price almost about $4,000 with taxes. So I'm gonna go and troubleshoot this issue. Hope it's not a cat, It's for my cousin, so I'm trying to help him too. Okay, precondition whenever you're using the smoke machine on exhaust system, which are pretty good. I have used it a lot and results are amazing. The precondition you must have is the exhaust system has to be stone cold, complete cold, because if it warms the exhaust, it's eating the smoke and you don't get that one. This one is stone cold. We haven't done anything yet on this one, like cold, okay? Okay, this is a 2003 Lexus IS 300. I'm confirming that I'm pressurizing with smoke the tailpipe, because I have a P0430, I think it is, for 2023, I believe, is for the catalytic converter bank 2. So I have here the smoke machine, and I will turn on the smoke here. And okay, so that's I saw already some data on the vehicle. What I didn't like is that the rear auto sensor for the bank 2 only stay linked all the time, pretty much at idle, and the other one isn't, and it's too much. So I thought the sensor initially was bad, and I decided to perform this test because the catalytic converter on this is almost $3,000. But I will show you the test right now. Well, we can see here how much smoke is coming out of here on this junction here, where the catalytic converter pipe on the lower part. So this is being affected by only by this sensor, the bank 2, because this sensor is just downstream here. So we had a leak here. I didn't hear really a leak, but we can see a trace mark here, like a black. But I just wanted to make sure how much smoke. And for the bank 1, the sensor 2, you can see that the sensor is there. So pretty much that one is not affected because it is before the leak, exhaust leak. So pretty much I will right now, what I would do is replace this and recheck for data, run the monitor and see if the computer is happy, because it's almost $3,000 for this catalytic converter. Okay, we saw no coils. So at this point right now I will be checking for the monitors, because since I erased last time the check engine light, I wanted to see for if the monitor had been run. And I know I did the repair for that misfire stuff, so that should have been taken care of. We will see if the monitor has run, and if it is not closed, it passes. It means we haven't occurred a misfire. And then we're gonna move to the next step, which will be functional test for the O2 sensors, data and all that. I will be showing that test complete. So not complete. We can see here the catalytic converter test haven't been complete. No, all of them are complete. You can see, except for the catalytic converter. Either we have not met the criteria, or the computer doesn't like it, doesn't run the monitor. Sometimes that happens. I have seen that with Nissan, pretty much with EGR system. They never run the monitor when the computer detects an issue. It's a good way to keep the checking in light off, but the customer never know they have a problem. We're gonna move now to the functional test. Well, there is a lot of people who doesn't know, about a about this test, but it's pretty good test, which is included here, on the snap-on, also on the text stream it is there, but this one is on the snap-on. So I just started the vehicle. It was very cold, but we're gonna go to data display. Oh, no, I shouldn't have to go there. I gotta get out of there. But this is a test, the computer, a functional test we can do here for all the O2 sensors. Pretty much we can see all the data. Let's see. I think it's gonna be under Actuator Test. Okay. And this one, air fuel, lean and rich. So what does the computer do on this is basically is activating what the computer is on this one is adding 12% of fuel, or taking 10% of fuel. So when the computer does this, the O2 sensor should react, all of them, lean and rich. So that's what the computer wanted to see, if the sensors are reacting to the current condition, and I believe it's not compensating on filtering while that happened. So I will customize this and deselect the data and just look at the data, what we wanted to see related to everything. I will put short term, long term. I wanted to see if that one really does anything. Let's see, injector milliseconds. I need to throw 4 sensors here. As we can see, they are not here on the listing. It's already pre-selected by Snap-on. Okay, I'll put OK, but I need to get out of here because I don't have what I need. So what I will do right now is I will change the list, and we're gonna get O2 sensor data. Customize these to see what we need to see only related to what we're troubleshooting here, which is want to see all the O2 sensors. I'll put long term and short term. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. O2 sensor bank 1 sensor 1, bank 1 sensor 2, bank 2 sensor 1, and bank 2 sensor 2. And whenever we see this here, this piece of data here, bank 2 sensor 1, you see bank 2 sensor 1 percentage.
Okay, I believe when we see this total filtering 1 and 2, the computer is also using the rear auto sensor, the one is after the catalytic converter, to control to do a field control too, use a short term and long term. Okay, now we're gonna be moving to the pre-selected data, short term, long term. Okay, but look at these: O2, bank 2, sensor 1. I need to do the bank 2, sensor 2. Where's the bank 2, sensor 2? Didn't I? Oh, I missed it, I think. Let me just go back. Okay, let me go back. Where's the bank 2? Right here. I forgot. Okay. So look at this sensor. O2 sensor 2, bank 2. It's a 35, but the bank 1 sensor 2, bank 1 sensor 2. Let me see, where is that one? Right here. Look at that one. 740. That sensor, while this one is, well, now, yeah, you see, a 35. So on a good catalytic converter, when we're driving this vehicle, we should see this steady above 500 millivolts. Like if I go here, like about 2000 RPM right now here, let me see what happens. But the actual test is not done like this. So the actual test is gonna be with about 55 miles per hour, about 2000 RPM, steady, and things like that, you know. But still, look at the sensors. This one is pegged down. And if I do a snap, it should get rich. You see, again, about 700 and something. Okay, we're gonna perform that test right now, which is enrich the mixture and also get lean. And I'm gonna graph these sensors, the bank 1 sensor 1 and the bank 2 sensor 1. Look at this one. It's weird, you know, how Toyota on this one is not using air field radius sensor on this. It's using a regular O2 sensor in a luxury vehicle. That's weird. But for my testing, look at that one, lean, bank 2, sensor 2. Okay, I'm just going to start a test. And here is when the computer is going to go reach to lean, and I will do the switch there, start. So we're taking fuel away now, 12%, and it should go lean. Everything should go lean. See this sensor? Zero, all lean. We can see here. Yes, see, lean. Okay, now I'm just gonna switch it to the reach side. I want to see what fuel trim is doing on this thing. Short term and long term. You know, the computer knows we're doing the test, so it's not trying to correct because it knows. You see, we're running the test. We're taking fuel away like 12%. Everything should be running on the lean side if the sensors are responding correctly. Okay, gonna make it go reach. Plus 12, 25. You see, now everything should go reach about 850 millivolts, about 800. So look at those. on the frame 220. They are staying there, like, okay. These are the front upstream, the two upstream. Look at this one. This is downstream. This is the bank 1 sensor 2 downstream after the catalytic converter, and this is the downstream after the catalytic converter on bank 2. So the sensor is good. It's capable of going about 800 millivolts and hold there. I'm gonna take the fill away again and go lean. See the response. So everything should go lean now. See here, it's almost on the 280 on the frame. 290 we're gonna say here. Same, you see, when lean and it's holding under. We were expecting here this sensor go under 200 millivolts when we're performing this test. On the, see, this is holding, this is holding 0.2. So I believe the sensor is good. It's pretty good to me. This sensor look like it's responding. It's a little delay only on, you see here on the frame 300 almost here. And look at this one, it's pretty much the same, the response. The frame under 300, this one, and this one was on the 300. This one had a little delay. We'll reach again. Let me see what happened. On the reach side, what happened? Does this go? Okay, let me see. By the 370, go lean again. Well, okay, at this point I know, you know, the sensors are good. Sensors are pretty good, so I'm suspecting I'm gonna exit then the test. Okay, I exited the test. I'm just looking at some data right now here without running the test. Bank 2. Okay, these are the two downstream auto sensor right now. Look at that one. Bank 1 sensor 2 is about 630, and this one stays there. So I'm suspecting about exhaust leak on this one, and I will have to do this test because I already know the sensors are good. So my next test is make sure that I don't have exhaust leak, because if I will replace the catalytic converter, or I will be, we're gonna say it's just the gasket is leaking, I will be fixing this because I will put a new gasket. But it's not fair, you know. This is the diagnostic step I should take and make sure, you know, I don't have leaks, because this catalytic converter is pretty good for me, and both catalytic converters are at the same age. You know, they have been, you cannot replace one here. You gotta replace the two catalytic converters on this. So also the misfire was on the sensor one, I mean on the bank one on this. So if it was on the bank one, I was thinking, oh, maybe I got a misfire, and that's why I have the catalytic converter, you know, like efficiency test. But no, you know, it was on the bank one, the misfire, and I got the problem on the bank two. Okay, so next step is gonna be smoking down. I'll put the smoke machine on the tailpipe of the, here on the tailpipe. For that test, the engine has to be complete cold, stone cold. It's gotta be tomorrow. On another day I will be performing that test, so that way, you know, the vehicle is complete cold, and go from there. Well, since I'm here, it's out of my diagnostic, but I wanted to see what happened here with the BBTEX IBTEX this system has, do a test. This is like EGR system, you know, like when I perform this test, the engine should stall or almost stall. So we'll see here what happened. Our engine has to be idling and doesn't have to be running. So I won't see any. I can change the list here and see if it has any list for a variable ball timing. Apparently it doesn't. Someplace it may. I'll put something here. I'm just doing that test just to check how the engine reacts, you know. But in reality, when we're troubleshooting this one, I should be looking for some data for cam and crank and actual position of the phaser and all of that. But let's see what happened here. It's almost dying, the engine. Yeah, it's good. Okay, just having fun here now. Well, here I am doing this exhaust flange gasket, so we can see those here. This one, yeah, how burnt is this one. I'll have here my flashlight here. We can see here on the exhaust side. So I remove this part here too. We can see it on the top. It was leaking there on the top, the black trace. It was on the bottom, the smoke too, but it was most on the top. Gotta clean it up, those pretty good. I dropped the exhaust. This is still connected, but I'm just careful to see the O2 sensor. So gotta clean it up pretty good here before getting those back. Well, last time I cleared the codes last time, so we're gonna recheck on these about if we have any store code, pending codes, or anything like that. And then anyway, I will have to. Well, I don't have to clear codes because I don't have codes, so I just wanted to try to drive the vehicle and meet the criteria for to run the O2 sensor. I mean the catalytic converter monitor. But we can see here we don't have any codes at all on any of the system, on any of them, like current, history, or pendings. You know, no codes at all. So I will be then. We'll be checking for some data while I'm driving, and then we're gonna be checking on the generic function. Like here right now, I wanted to see what monitors are running, what's not running. So I'm checking some data too, see if it passes, you know, the monitor of the catalytic converter, and it should be all good. So, but I'm still gonna need to check for that data to make sure, you know, everything is happy on a good system, you know, and a good working catalytic converter. The one will have good capacity for storage of the O2. We're expecting about 2000 RPMs and 55 miles per hour to be in steady throttle to be about 450 millivolts. Usually I have seen those over 500, you know, and kind of steady. So we can see all monitors are complete except for the catalytic converter not complete. So we're gonna test drive and check for some data and hope meet the criteria and have it run and pass, because normally what was happening before, when it was passing this test, it was failing. Well, I'm checking for O2 sensor data. We can see here. I'm gonna make a custom data list here. We'll be only looking for let me check for short term and long term, but basically for these I don't really need it, but basically this is the one we need. Those two, bank 1 sensor 1 and bank 2 sensor 2. Okay, the bank 2 sensor 2, oh shoot, what happened? It's running rich. See that? No, it's taking fuel away, the computer, on short term in 1 and 2. Wow. Let me see if I increase the RPM, what happened. this sensor was of those two sensors here on top. Bank 1 sensor 1, bank 2 sensor 1. No, let me make sure it's not what I wanted to see. Let me custom data. I think I didn't put one sensor. O2 sensor bank 1 sensor 1, O2 sensor bank 1 sensor 2. I wanted to get that sensor there. Bank 2, I don't want that one. Okay, let me see those sensors. The one I wanted to see, bank 1 sensor 2, and then bank 2 sensor 2, the two sensors behind the catalytic converter. I think this is the one we were having issue before. I don't exactly remember what sensor was it, but the facts are, what I remember is one of these tests, I think it's the bank 2. Let me see, I believe it's bank 2, the one we were having. This sensor was running very on the lean side, very lean. We can see here, you know, this sensor, sorry for the little glare here, let me just zoom on it. But we can see here, right now we can see how that one is running. But in reality, you know, the computer test the vehicle under speed there at the highway speed, meeting the criteria. But I can see changes there already. You see that one there? That one is staying on the lean side still. Bank 1 sensor 2. So don't remember if that one was the sensor, but I'll drive it and see what happens if that catalytic converter is in reality, you know, like bad, or you know, or it just was the leak. So I had to remove any variable first before calling a 3000 catalytic converter, you know. Okay, what we can see here, I'm on drive right now. I'm gonna be pressing on my brake pedal here and pressing on the gas, loading the vehicle here. Oh, probably I load it in reverse better. Is better. But look, I'm in idle, taking on long term 11 and 8. So, but look what happened here when I accelerate. Load it right now on reverse. What happened with my fuel trim? I'll better you do it on drive. I'll do it on drive. I'm accelerating, loading the vehicle. See what happened. Fuel trim 18 on long term. So still, you know, it's just, I think it was taking away some fuel. Let me see what it's doing at short term. Uh, 18 and 6. It's almost there, almost on fuel control, but I don't like that. This to me looks like a MAF sensor issue. And whenever we're troubleshooting any efficiency, catalytic converter efficiency code like P0430 or 30, we gotta consider vacuum leaks and also exhaust leaks. So I already took care of the exhaust leak, but mainly, you know, if the fuel trims are out of spec, that one also will throw us a false code for catalytic converter. So I believe this MAF sensor is gonna be dirty based on what I see. Reach on idle and lean on as soon as I accelerate, it goes lean. It has to be loaded, you know, a little bit for that one to show up. Okay, so I think I will be still I will be cleaning this MAF sensor. can see here, I'm driving about how many miles? 55, something like that. So I'm concentrated right now on the street, so I'm barely showing here the scanner, but it's a glare there, really bad glare there. However, I need to keep this speed for about 5 minutes to run the catalytic converter coil, monitor. But fuel trims, when I accelerate, they really, you know, I don't like it. They go off a little bit. Right now it doesn't seem to be off, but I don't like it. We're gonna be checking some data here. I just gotta keep my eyes on the road, so maybe the camera will get off or something like that as I'm driving and trying to run this monitor. But if my hand goes out here, so I'm just concentrating on the road right now. But I'm just trying to keep about, we'll try to keep about 55-65 miles per hour in between there and steady. And these sensors basically should stay like kind of steady about 450 millivolts, so that way we can you know, that will mean the catalytic converter, they have a good oxygen storage capacity, and the light should, you know, monitor should run and pass if it stays in between that range. That's what the computer criteria wants to, so do not be fluctuating too much and stay, you know, about there. So hope I can run this monitor and pass it, but at the same time I will be checking on that. So I will releasing right now. Let me put the camera here first a little bit and I'll show you something else. Okay, here's the MAF sensor, so I will be removing these, and then I'm gonna see inside how it looks. So what I'm gonna be using to clean it is gonna be a MAF sensor cleaner can and also a pocket screwdriver. And we're gonna see how it looks inside. Maybe we can see it. Maybe not. Put it here, put the flashlight and see if we can see it inside. I think we can we? Inside it's very dirty. I can see it with my eyes, but I don't know if the camera is gonna pick up that. Very dirty. So those are the ones we're gonna be cleaning here. This inside here. Right here. Those here is the one I'm gonna be cleaning. Because this one on the outside part, like this one is here on the left. The one where the screwdriver is not set. That one is for the EIT. So those won't do anything doing that. Okay, and we will recheck the data and see if those glitches goes away. I don't think those will away, but we will have to get a different reading for sure. I'm sure about that. Okay. Well, I'm done cleaning it, so I just wanted to give some information. You know, see inside there is already clean. So now we're gonna check for scan data and see the changes we have. So I just wanted to give a piece of data here. Not all the MAF sensor can be cleaned, you know, like this type of hot wire can be cleaned. But for example, one day I was trying to clean one for an 01 Nissan Sentra, and that one wasn't a hot wire. The MAF sensor was bad, but after I cleaned it with the MAF sensor cleaner, the vehicle didn't start. It got totally broken, so it was like about $200 part, but luckily that was the problem, you know. Otherwise, you know, it's expensive part. Okay, we will install this one. First we're gonna check for scan data, and then after we're gonna be checking for the scope. Well, gotta go for scan data first. Okay, and verify, you know, like fuel trims. That's in gram per second too, you know. But fuel trim is where we will have that, mainly the reaction here, where it will be the opposite way like it was before. Remember, it was running reach at idle and lean about 4500 RPMs. So let's look at those. We are in closed loop right now, and we can see here the computer is adding here on long term. You see 12 point, I mean like on short term. Oh, I just missed it. It just happened too quickly, the adjustments there. It was there. So now I'm gonna do the, looks like a filtering is pretty good right now. It's well, pretty good. So at this point right now I wanted to check for look at the ground per second. I don't remember exactly how many we had before, but at this point what I will do now is the 4500 RPM. Okay, it's running good now. Idle, we can see. Long term is adding 7% on bank. Short term is 1.6, it's about bouncing there, but it's pretty much about total of 7%. And bank 2 is 2.2, and 3 is about 5% total. So we need to be plus or minus 10% to be under good fuel control. That's the good window the computer has to adjust. Out of that one, we need to get worried about fixing something. And 4500, you know, RPMs. It's good. It's not running lean anymore. See, long term, right there, I did a test before, like right there you see long term on bank 2.2, and short term about 7, so it's about 9, about 10. So you see how it's relearning now, how we changed. 1.6, 9%. This is on bank 2, it's about 7, and it's taking away 5. So when you balance out, it will be even pretty much. Like see, taking 4.5, about 5, it will be around 0. Nice, it's a fix. Well, I just wanted to check on the scope now if those glitches, and see also how those numbers change for how those numbers change on idle and wide open throttle too. We are on the scope now. See the numbers? Don't remember, when I'm editing the video, I will get that part, if how much they changed. But it's 1 volt 190. Don't remember exactly how it was. But the most important part here is when we do a wide open throttle test. We do it right now. Stop it, refresh, and then start recording and do it. Okay. Check how much the voltage change. Still we have all those glitches there. But let me see here how much the voltage change here. I was here about 2.9 before and about 3.8 on the number 2. So you see right now on the number 1 I am at minimum 3.8 we want, and we are there minimum 3.8 14, and the cursor 2, which is this, is about 4.2. Number 1, cursor 1, 3.8. This is here. We'll redo it again. I'll stop it and increase the start recording, and I have to change the increase the milliseconds. Okay, now I will do it. Refresh, start recording. We need to do that the fastest possible, you know. Just punch on the gas pedal the fastest you can. Okay. Right now we're gonna go here. Check with the number 1. I don't like those glitches, so this sensor is on the way to fail. All of this shouldn't be there. And you see a little bit, 3.7 and 4.1. It just depends how fast I press on the gas pedal. See, like, I'll do it again. Get probably 2 captures, you know, let it idle. Let's see that one. Still got all those glitches. Yeah, it's about 3.8. We can see here number 1, cursor 1, and here's the number 2. We see 3.8, 4.1. So I'm satisfied with that. Definitely we got increasing voltage, and I didn't review the, you know, the gram per second. I didn't write. I should have write those on a piece of paper to compare them. However, these glitches, I don't like it. So this map sensor will need to replace soon.